Welcome back, Redeemers, Stays. Thank you for joining us again. My name is Curtis.
I'm Nick.
And today we got Stray Kids, their lyric version, track, I believe, off their newest Japanese album that's dropping very shortly. Probably by the time this actually, I know it drops like real soon. But anyway, we just checked out the sound and everything. So we're here for there.
We're here for there. Guess we could.
I don't know what to expect. I'm excited. I haven't heard anything, so
guess we can jump into this.
See what we got. Something about them keys just like.
Oh, I think of you. I only fall for you. Feels like a never-ending waterfall. Oh, I'm still a fool. I look up at the stars all day and night.
Well, English.
'Cause I know you're waiting, I'll be right there. 一人で見上げる星の夜空、星を見つけてはじまし当てた。あの頃とはもう違って今日の空は今の僕を物語るよ。冷たく寂しい風が吹いて海は色を失ってく。でも青く光る思い出はどんな波にも流されない。I'm thinking about you, girl. 君がいないこの場所で君といたこの場所で Baby, I still think of you all the time. I'm feeling now, oh girl. 思い出すべてのこと眠りそうにないよ I know that it'll never stop. Oh, I'm still right there. 優しい月の光君も見えているかな世界一長かけ橋になるなら会えるにな Every minute, every hour 変わらずにいる僕
How does he get his voice to get like that?
どんな星も君ほど照らせるから I'm thinking about the night sky in your eyes 離さない空間 You and I 今だけは One good time to start Us I'm thinking about you, girl.
I like that production touch to it.
この場所で君といたこの場所で Baby, I still think of you all the time. I feel it now, oh girl. 思い出すべてのこと眠りそうにないよ I know that it'll never stop. Oh, I'm still right there. Oh, I think of you. I only fall for you. Feels like a never-ending waterfall. Oh,
Loves Young Jin's voice there too.
I look up at the stars all day.
Vocal Felix?
'Cause I know you're waiting. I'm thinking about you, girl.
Voice was so beautiful. Both of them.
君といたこの場所で Baby, I still think of you all the time. I feel it now, oh girl. 思い出すべてのこと眠りそうにないよ I know that it'll never stop. Oh, I'm still right there.
I was gonna say, let the piano play it out. I think of you. Oh, that's catchy as shit. I think of you. Oh,
It's like soothing and comforting, but sad at the same time. It perfectly fits like the tone of what they're saying here.
yeah, that's why it was a funny walk. At least with me with Stray Kids, just because I'm trying to think of any like kind of ballad, like a straight up ballad that I've heard from them. And obviously, none that's kind of popping out like out at me in particular. And I know you got some shit that you want me to hear.
I know me and Stays are probably like.
But this was a good blend because this didn't feel like a straight up ballad at times. Sometimes it felt a little R&B-ish. Which is another lane that like I said, I'm only going off of what I've heard or seen so far. They don't cross into that lane very much. So I like that. And this is kind of another one of those songs that just adds another notch on the belt when it comes to like the stuff that they've done in the discography. But I like this a lot. You got to hear a lot more vocals from everybody. I definitely am starting to lead to like most of them are all rounders, really.
Yeah, seriously.
And you know, I know they joke about certain members kind of just being all rounders, but at this point, it feels like I've heard everyone sing and rap and dance. Obviously, all of them can dance and everything too, and they're all visuals. But this was good, man. I like the line distribution. Han, as y'all know, is my bias and everything, but I just love how low he can get sometimes on the vocals.
It's strange too because his pitch is probably among the highest as far as like when he's really belting out his high notes. And then, you know, when he's like really able to go low and everything, but it's like, and it's also like just like you feel a lot of like somberness in his voice too. Like it's like a regret, but it's like it's hard to describe, but it's just like I really think he's such a talented vocalist too. That you know, of course they all are and everything, but it's like for example, my favorite song Elevator. You know, part of the message in that song of hitting the highest of the high, the penthouse, is motivating that higher register on the vocal ladder, right? And he's the artist, who hits that high note because he has that highest kind of register of his note, or of his voice, I should say. But basically, and you feel the power that comes from, and that's literally pre-debut. So saying all the way up to now, currently, and seeing like how low he can get as well is just something that's incredible.
Yeah, I'm on that same type time, and like you kind of hit it on the head because me and you have talked about how Elevator, the song works and it could just be a cool song, but the way they carry themselves with their voices literally throughout the rapping and just through the chorus kind of elevates the song a little bit more. You kind of feel I don't want to say like desperation, but like you can feel it in their voice. And
Absolutely, the inflections.
Yeah, and it's almost the same thing here where I'm not okay. I can see people crying, like listening to the song, them doing the walkout with one microphone, just kind of like everyone taking their turn, stepping up and everything like that, and just kind of seeing people like cry just because the
definitely the standstill mics too. Like,
yeah, just out there, just hitting the standstill, not much choreo, just like movements. This definitely is one of those songs where like people can get very emotional when like just kind of like going off there and stuff. And I feel like they do that very well. And it's just wild because you can, how can I word this? Stray Kids do such a great job at really displaying emotion through sound. And whether that's rap energy, whether it's like just singing or doing anything, whatever type time the song is on, I feel like you feel it in your bones. Whether it's a turn up type energy, whether it's them kind of dissing somebody, or whether it's them kind of talking about love, or just talking about any type of genre that they're talking about. I feel like they do a great job of displaying that visually with whatever MV they have going on, or however they do their performance, and then just production wise, and then obviously with their vocals on the track. Just a good joint. The song definitely is a download for me, by the way, too. These are two good outings to to pair up kind of back to back, and two totally different sounds as well, which is another just thing. These guys are doing everything. But you could jump in, Kurt. How you feel about this, man?
No, they really are. And honestly, just even briefly touching on the title of the song, it's like I like that the song is there, but it's essentially like I'm still going to be here for you. But the thing I like about that kind of duality, and we talk about this, time and time again about, using a different means poetically to express kind of these themes that have been around for, centuries upon centuries, of course. And basically just even saying like I'm here for you, but I'm at a distance from you, so I'm not here, I'm there. Like essentially I'm off to the side, like I'm kind of someone who's neglected, or there was a rift in whatever path we're going on, whether it's romantic, friendship, whatever the case may be, and basically saying I'm not like I'm still there for you, but it's like I don't feel as close to you to where I'm like right next to you. And I just think that that's an incredibly beautiful way to describe that. I love as well at Chan's part, I believe right before it's at like the 1/3 ish kind of mark in the song, I would say, right before you get that kind of transition. But basically, he's talking about like it seems like not wanting to go right now or something like that, and basically you get that spacing, that dead space in the track, and it's basically to convey a little bit of that distance. So that's why I said I like that production choice where they kind of left a little bit of a gap there, because the emptiness is meant to be highlighted, to convey kind of a little bit more of that distance. So
yeah, they won't be afraid to let the beat breathe.
So as we talk about production and how it aids the storytelling and everything like that, I like that they use both the instances of sound, how you said they use sound, but they also the absence of sound is equally as important. So I think that was something that was really well utilized as well. And then certainly the vocals all the way throughout, like and I absolutely love all the vocals from Han and Chan, and then the trade-offs between Seungmin and In that we were getting. I know Lino didn't have like as much kind of within the brunt of the bulk of kind of how much of the the vocals were being distributed, though the line distribution was great, and I did like his lines as well. For the the handful of lines that he was able to have, at least with the vocal carrying of it, because I love his voice. I mean, especially listening to Taste and everything. Like I think he has one of the most like crazy voices, low key, to where it's just like I know he can go off like any time he wants. But I love that trade off with Seungmin and In as well. And the reason I mentioned the vocal line as heavy as I am is because what I'm about to say now is what the rap line was doing, and I mean that not just in the like I love all the flows and cadences, and it's really hard kind of being more battle rap-esque kind of, and then having to convey your rap and your passion and your emotion in kind of a little bit more slower songs, if that makes sense. So it's just because you might be on a different type of energy, and I'm not saying that that's anything that is particular to them. I mean, it's just idol rap in general for a large part. But I really love kind of the way in which they blend their styles to kind of fit those tracks, because you can still convey a bit of anger or a bit of resentment with your inflections, and I think that that's something that naturally kind of comes through in a little bit of rap energy as well. But certainly with the rap line here, and Hyunjin and Felix, their vocals, like them actually like really having those vocal moments. Like I've heard vocal moments from them. For instance, Red Lights from Hyunjin and Chan, of course. Like another kind of slept on moment, and other songs that we haven't gotten to check out yet that I've heard. Certainly with Felix, even Felix having his high note and taste. So it's just I love Felix's voice, and I know he's been one of the members as well who was a little bit scared with taking vocal lessons because his voice is so iconic that you didn't want to change like your register of how you would speak or anything, or at least the overthinking that would go into kind of making a decision like that. But I love,
like, if I tamper with my voice so much, it may not be as raspy or deep. It's almost like I'm gonna lose my special piece of the group.
And mind you, especially with what God's Menu represented, and him having the 5-star Michelin line and everything, that was like one of the iconic lines, if not the iconic line of one of their most iconic songs that turned a lot of things around for them. So it's like. And Chan has highlighted it time and time again, where it's like you have this iconic voice, and it's just like that's something that is so great for us. Like we're blessed to kind of have that, and they're really affectionate, in how they kind of express those things. And but all that to say, I love seeing him, especially knowing that he's one of the members who is a little bit more on the hard side on himself. Like he's someone who could be a little hard on himself, but just how beautiful his voice really is, how the vocal lessons have been doing wonders, and just what that means for kind of future projects, as far as like if you are feeling more free to kind of spread your wings and experiment. So I just find that really amazing, and I felt all that came together really well in this track as well. Yeah, I'll let you hop back in.
Yeah, I'm pretty good, especially because I selfishly want to see like some choreos for like all of these. And I'm kind of in a place where I'm ready to like jump into some more of the B-sides and stuff. And I really like everything that I'm hearing. And I love the fact, like I said, that the two tracks that we just listened to back to back did not sound nothing alike. Like they sounded like two totally different like type toms and type vibes. Like I said, the one was more rock based and kind of where we know they're good at, but I feel like they elevated that. And this one falls right into that ballad / a little bit of sprinkle of R&B in there a little bit. I'm here for it. I'm here for Stray Kids.
Nah, definitely. And then just a little bit on kind of like some of the lyrics was I like how they touched a little bit in the first verse of basically, you know, like basically that romance seemingly, or that friendship, that connection with someone, where it was like, you know, we found the star like kind of one night, or like we looked up and found the star, and basically just kind of reminiscing a little bit on what that happiness was and how the sky now feels different when you look up at it. Basically kind of suggesting a little bit more of that alienation and just kind of that, like, you know, coldness that comes along, where it's like, you know, I was so happy looking at this, but essentially I'm looking at the same stars, but it like that the feeling I get from it is different because you're not there anymore. So just kind of using that, you know, star as a metaphor in that regard. So I thought that was really good. But then also the sea losing its color, basically the beauty of the blue sea, you know, but also they tie in, and this is kind of one of the, you know, their lyrics, like that, you know, their pen to paper skills are, they just always have like lyrics that cut really deep, you know, or they have like the perfect way of kind of conveying those things. But basically saying how the sea loses its color, basically where everything feels dull and gray, kind of, you know, with you not there. But then saying yet the blue moments won't be washed away even by the largest waves. So you're tying in the blue as far as like the sadness, the depression. Yeah, exactly. So just that wordplay is just really, really incredible as well. So yeah, I like that a lot. And then in the latter part, you know, after the hook and everything, which would I guess be the second verse, but it was like the gentle moonlight, and basically if we could, like, if it could become the largest bridge in the world, we would have an ability to meet. And I think that was really cool, because it was like you're basically saying, like, I'm looking up at the moon and kind of thinking about you. Are you looking up at the same moon, like kind of thinking about me, and just kind of using those you know, motifs in nature to kind of convey you know, those things. So I thought that was really good. And then also, just as a side note, it kind of did make me think of someone potentially, like if they had passed away or something like that, like a lost loved one or something like that, you know, reminiscing on those memories. But basically also it was kind of that whole, like, you know, if it was the largest bridge in the world, we would have an ability to meet, kind of like someone up in the sky. So it just kind of echoed a little bit of that for me. And ironically, you know how we always talk about building the bridge halfway. Like I felt that was something that was really done well here as well, like where it feels like it could be more in a romantic kind of way, but also like how it could apply to these other facets of, you know, love or lost love or whatever the case. So yeah, I just thought the poetry in the lyrics was also, you know, really incredible. And even like just in addition to that, the sound, no pun intended, of everything, like it just, like, you know, the vocals were really beautiful. The rap line is, I love, you know, when some of the rappers or people who are predominantly known for rap are able to kind of express a little bit more vocally as well. And this was incredible. It's definitely a download for me as well, and I'm really excited to see the direction of this album, and kind of pair everything together.
Yeah, man, I know the vibes. Jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. Let us know how y'all feel about essentially all the new tracks that are coming out, because I don't know if the whole album is out yet.
No, it's not out yet. At least at the, you know, time of recording.
At least at the time of recording, I don't think it's out.
It's supposed to drop though.
Yeah, so basically tell us how y'all feel about the 2 tracks coming up, and let us know if y'all are going to be at the concerts that they got going on too, because we might be setting something up. Just gotta kind of see how everything shapes itself out. But other than that, Stays, we love y'all. We're going to holler at y'all.
Take care.